Hi, I'm Andrew Kolasko. I'm a 58-year-old longevity coach who works with men 50 plus. I have been doing resistance training and exercise for 45 years. I've won bodybuilding competitions, completely natural, no performance enhancing drugs, and now in my late 50s, I have a passion to help men in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond increase their health span, their overall longevity, and their VO2 max, their lean muscle mass, their overall strength. So yeah, I know a thing or two about training men 50 plus. And I've got a special treat for you today. We are going to do a critique of a Will Harlow video. We're going to do a Renaissance periodization, aka Dr. Mike Isotel style. By the way, you should check out his videos if you want to learn and laugh. Now, Will Harlow is apparently Farnham's leading 50 plus physiotherapist. Hey, Tawny, where is Farnham?
Somewhere in the UK.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, the UK. All right, across the pond. Why would I choose to do a critique on a physiotherapist from the UK? Well, you can give thanks to my subscriber, Thane5665. He sent in this link to this video, which is the 5 worst exercises for ages 50 plus. Avoid. And he asked me what I thought of it and for my feedback. So, Will Harlow, Farnham's 50 plus physio guy who knows very much what he's doing, but does he know more than me? Well, probably, but hey, that's not going to stop us from going through this and trash talking Will maybe a little bit. So let's get into it.
If you're age 50 plus and you love to exercise, there are 5 exercises that you need to be very, very careful of. In this video, I'm going to show you what they are and why you should probably avoid them.
Okay, first off, there are no bad exercises. Every exercise has some degree of risk in it, and you can't call something universally bad. I don't know, he's not quite saying that, but that's kind of what the thumbnail said, but that was probably just for his clickbait. And continuing on.
If you don't know who I am, my name is Will Harlow. I'm the over 50s specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham.
Yeah, okay. That accent, that UK English accent, no matter what they say, anything comes out of their mouths, they sound more intelligent than the guys over here on the North American continent like myself. So what do you think, Tawny? What is he, 32, 33? I probably got 25 years on this guy. Hey, I know you're married, Tawny, but would you date this guy?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't blame you. He is kind of cute. And I think I'm just a little jealous.
Today I'm going to be revealing 5 of the worst exercises for people over 50. Now, before I go any further, there's no exercise really that's a bad exercise.
Okay, I'm watching this through for the first time. So he used the same bad exercises air quote as I did. So we're on the same page there.
Usually it's people's bad technique that causes them to be injured. But that being said, there are 5 exercises that I've pinpointed that are really not that good, usually for people over 50. They have a high risk of injury, a low payoff. And to be honest, I think they should just be canned for anyone over the age of 50.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's keep this in mind. Don't just do random exercises. Okay. Train for specificity. Any exercise program that you have, time matters. You need to be training for something specific. So make sure you have a goal in mind and you're working towards something no matter what exercise you do, because you don't want to just be putting in junk miles.
I'm going to explain to you what they are. We're going to talk about why we should avoid them. So the first exercise that I see people do over 50 that I think should be avoided is the upright row. Now I'm going to use a walking stick to demonstrate, so I haven't got a barbell.
Okay, I can't believe that I put in all this work showing up at gyms and doing these exercises, and he grabs a cane in the corner of his office. But anyways, you get 3 million views on this video. He must be doing something right. Once again, he's cute.
Here, but we see people do this in the gym. And basically, you stand holding a bar like this with both knuckles facing forward, and you row up like this. And this is an exercise which is good for strengthening your shoulders. It does also give you some bicep strength.
Okay, what it's really doing is your traps. Okay, your traps are this space here, those there, that is kind of like a hand grip for your whole overall collarbone area. So you're really working your middle delts a lot on this. I don't know, he didn't mention that, but that's what it is.
As well, but the problem with this exercise is this position here. Okay, so if you think about what's happening with my shoulder right now, I'm flexed, and I'm internally rotated. Now, this position here is the exact position we use in the clinic to try and provoke a rotator cuff problem to check if that is a problem.
Okay, this is a common misperception. There is no direct evidence to suggest that an upright row is causal or predictive of shoulder pain. Just hasn't been proven. Plus, it's clear that plenty of people like upright rows and enjoy them for the development of their middle delt and their traps.
Someone has. We call this the Hawkins and Kennedy's position, okay? This is a test we use to see if someone's got impingement of the rotator cuff. So every time you're coming up like this, what you're doing is you're stressing the rotator cuff. And it's especially the case if you've got weight on either side of the bar and it's too much weight.
Okay, well, we've got an easy explanation for this. And I'm going to show you what it is, okay? We'll just adjust the camera here so that you can see what it is that I'm doing. We are going to grab a couple of dumbbells over here and show you exactly how we would do this. So instead of using a bar like he's got there, just a horizontal bar, you would just grab two separate weights and then you just go up. You see how that's not affecting the wrist at all? So, I mean, it's just a simple fix, right? Simple thing that you can do to still get that middle delt and trap development and yet not worry about the rotator cuffs.
You're holding it in a very, very vulnerable position and probably aggravating the rotator cuff. So if you're over 50, obviously the rotator cuff's usually not in as good a situation as someone who's in their 20s, for example. So I just wouldn't run the risk of stressing it too much. There are far better shoulder exercises you can do if you want stronger shoulders.
I just can't agree with that. It's there's nothing wrong with this. You should have that mobility in there. That your shoulders and that area around the traps, your delts, they're meant to do that movement. I can't agree.
So avoid the upright row because it will save your shoulders.
I don't disagree with that statement there because there are a lot of other exercises that you can do to work the traps, that you can work the middle delts, you can work the rear delt and the front delts with. And cables are a really good suggestion for those as well. I'm not sure why he said biceps once again during the beginning, because that's not true. It's not a bicep exercise. If you want to see a lot of safe exercises, including ones for your shoulders, front delts, rear delts, you go right here. This is 25 anti-aging exercises. Click on my video there after you finish watching this one, and you'll get some great safe exercises to do there.
The next exercise that people over 50 should almost certainly avoid is back extension.
All right, so we got Will laying down. Now I can see why I think his viewership and subscribers so high. I don't go after the women demographic, but I can see how the women would like this. I can see the ladies, have a tea in the morning. That Will Harlow, he's a handsome lad.
Now, back extension looks something like this. You lie on your front, you have your hands out the way, and you come up like this, with or without your legs. Some people do it just like this, and some people use their legs as well. Now, I hate this exercise for most people over 50. The reason I don't like it is because it involves extension of the lumbar spine, which for people in the 50 plus category can aggravate back problems. The other reason I don't like it is because people go crazy with it and they do loads of repetitions, and each time they're doing it, they're probably not using the muscles they wanted to use. They're using their paraspinal muscles, which can get tight quite easily. This can be a cause of issues that cause spasm of the lower back.
Okay, but you should be wanting to work your erector muscles. So those are the lower muscles up from your buttocks to your lower back. A lot of people, 50s, 60s, 70s, you're going to have back pain. Now, one of the reasons is because those muscles are weak. So check out this video here. You'll see me doing what's called the hyperextension on this piece of equipment. This you do slow, you do controlled, and you will be able to strengthen that and get that core strength and get that back strengthened the way you want it. So you don't want to, maybe not doing the one that he's got here. I can see what he's referring to, but you do not want to neglect. You want to make sure that you are getting the proper erector muscle development.
Now, the next exercise that I don't really like for people over the age of 50 is the crunch. And the crunch is an abs exercise. It works the abdominals at the front of the tummy. And the crunch looks something like this. So you sit or you lie on your back, and then you're trying to do like the first part of a sit-up, basically. And again, same reason I don't particularly like this exercise for people over 50 is people tend to go crazy at it. So they do quick movements like this.
Yeah, well, we've got an easy solution for that. Slow it down, okay? You want to work on the concentric and the eccentric. So the concentric, you think about caving the chest in, the chest moving towards the belly button. That's your concentric, and your eccentrics on the way back, and you just use control. Okay, let's keep going.
And every time you're doing that, it's involving rapid flexion of the lumbar spine and the thoracic spine as well.
Yeah, okay. He is getting a good point across. You know, training this part of your stomach, the rectus abdominis, is actually a little more complicated than a lot of people think. I think it's a very simple thing, but there's actually more than 70 moving points in the spine. So he's wanting to use care with it, which is absolutely astute and a good way to go about it.
Rectus abdominis, the six-pack muscle, if you like, is actually not that important for lower back health. So if people think they're doing this to build a stronger core, fair enough, but it's actually not that good of a core exercise.
Yeah, he's right. That's a good point. Some people really overrate that crunch and thinking that's going to strengthen their abs and their core and everything. Here's the thing. If you are doing your exercises properly and you're stabilizing yourself, all these different exercises, whether it be for your shoulders or whether it be for your back or your legs, you're going to be strengthening that core, and that will help build it. If you want to get more specific in that area and strengthen that core area, then I'll ask that you check out this obliques twist here. It's part of that 25 anti-aging exercise video that I have. You can check that out there. And that you want to be doing more like a towel twist, okay? So you're going like this. You're stabilizing yourself well. You're using that cable to go through a very fluid motion, and that will help strengthen that core area for you.
Next exercise to avoid if you're over 50 is the behind the neck press. And this is a shoulder exercise that I see people do.
Okay, first of all, shoulder exercise, that is such a generalization. It should really be referring to them as the delts, okay? The delt, or a fan-shaped over your shoulder area, okay? There's 7 distinct subdivisions throughout that. Basically, refer to them as the front delt, middle delt, rear delts, and just kind of break him into the 3. But let's see what he's got going on here.
Quite often in the gym, and basically it looks like this. So we're going to pretend this is a barbell. It starts behind the head like this, or behind the neck, and then you press it up overhead, and then you bring it back down like this. Again, I do not like this exercise for over 50s for several reasons. The first reason I don't like this exercise is because to do this exercise correctly, you have to have lots and lots of lateral rotation. So the arm has to rotate quite far back.
Yeah, you got that lateral rotation. That can be quite pinching and uncomfortable, to be fair. Now, so let's just use a variation, okay? I'm going to grab a couple of dumbbells here. I'm just in my office chair, but, we'll make do. I'll strengthen my core, lean back, okay? We're just going to do the press like this with a couple of separate ones. So just like the earlier one, maybe don't use a horizontal bar, just use separate weights. And now you're not getting that flexion in your shoulder in the back there. Once again, this is for the front delts. If you want to do the middle delts and you want to do the rear delts, well, that's going to take some more specificity. So specificity is important. Think about what you want to accomplish in the area that you want to work on.
So the fifth and final exercise is called neck rolls. And this exercise is one that people do in a warm-up generally for an exercise class or similar. And it looks like this. So roll their neck round by.
Yeah, that hurts just looking at him rolling it back. Like he said, it is more of a warm-up. I wouldn't technically call this an exercise. If you want to stretch your neck, simply go down, simply go to the left shoulder, go to your right shoulder, and stretch it out. Simple like that. You don't want a bunch of movement, that type of thing. All right, let's grade Will Harlow. Yeah, seems pretty great. He gives really decent to really good advice. I think he cares about what he's talking about. I think he genuinely just wants to help. So he's an honest guy, no BS, straightforward. Guy you could take home to mom No problem. So big ups, massive respect, whatever they say in the UK, you can give it to Will Harlow. I'm going to give it the grade of a B plus to an A minus. Please let me know what you thought of this format. This is the first time we've tried something like this. I can always go back to the old Richard Simmons vibe of my other videos. Hey, Tawny, do you even know who Richard Simmons is?
Who?
Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, you can Google it. In the meantime, you know what I'll let you borrow? I can give you the full Richard Simmons VHS tape box set. Yeah, it is vintage and classic. You'd love it. But, you know, maybe you're more the era, that Tybo Booty Boot Camp. Hey, all of you, thanks for watching and tuning in here, checking out this video that Tawny and I have put together for you. Appreciate you. Please subscribe so you can get my videos every week. As well, leave a comment down below. Let me know what some of your challenges are, how your training's going. If there's any specific videos you want to do, we will do that too. And please leave a like so that we know you like this content, help support the channel. I will see you here again next time. And until then, keep on plussing it.